Kunle's name, what's your name?
Tomison.
Tiwaluluwa.
Winifred.
Basit Olajuwon. Tolani.
My name is Roland.
My name is Michael.
Matthew.
Africa makes up around 20% of the Earth's landmass and is home to approximately 16% of the world's population, even though the continent is rich in both human and natural resources. Nevertheless, Africa accounts for just 3% of the world's GDP. Today, we'll be asking individuals to mention their top three most developed African countries in the world. You know what? I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't skip. Let's go, guys. Can you mention your top three most developed African countries in the world? Starting from three, two, then one. Let's go.
I think I'll go with South Africa,
South Africa, three, then two,
Egypt,
then one.
Ethiopia.
So, why did you mention three of them?
I feel like South Africa because it's South Africa, and I think from what I saw in Blood and Water, like they had this modern feel to it. Then in Egypt, I feel like they've always had this penchant for developing. Like if you look at their pyramids and stuff, like they kept improving. So I feel like they should have at least gotten to like it should be better than Nigeria. Then we have Ethiopia, and I feel like I picked Ethiopia because they've not been colonized. So I like to believe that they had the chance to grow and they had the chance to develop.
Good. What about you? Your top three most developed African countries, starting from three, two, then one.
Three is South Africa.
Okay, three, South Africa.
Yeah, because blood on water. I wear blood on water, as she said, the modern feel, and yeah, two Mauritius.
Then
Yeah,
one,
because that's Mauritius because that's the vacation spot in Nigeria. Yes, I mean Africa. It's really
vacation spot.
And then number one, I have Ethiopia.
Why
I don't know if
Ethiopia?
that's true. Because I feel like they haven't been colonized, so I don't know why. I don't know if it's true. I don't know how. I doubt it's accurate, but like I think that because they haven't been colonized, they had the opportunity to grow without anyone impinging on their resources and stuff like that. They could develop to their best interests. I don't know how true that is, but I like to believe that's true. Yeah.
What did you say?
I think it would be quite sad if it isn't. I mean, Nigeria's excuse is that colonialism. We don't have time to grow. We had a lot of things breathing down our neck. But that's our own excuse. So what's their own?
Okay, I would say Algeria.
Algeria, three,
Algeria,
then two.
Seychelles,
Seychelles, two, then one.
Seychelles and Mauritius.
Mauritius. So, why did you mention Algeria, Seychelles, then Mauritius? Why did you mention these three countries?
Mauritius is being the first as this well-structured reform. Their structural reforms is very, very cool, and then it's helped boost their GDP and economic growth. And for Seychelles too, they have this Millennium Development Goal going well for them, and it's helped the country and they are a small number in an island, but then they've been able to boost themselves as much as they can. And Algeria is one of the largest, or if not the largest, North African country that we have. So it's working for them, and then they are very, very perfect. They are doing.
Can you mention your top three most developed African countries in the world?
Rwanda.
Rwanda, three,
South Africa.
South Africa, two, and one.
Nigeria.
Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa. Why did you mention these three countries?
Like I'm very familiar with them actually. I know people who actually go there to tour, and also I feel for it to be actually a tourist attraction, it has to be developed.
Okay, I think my three is South Africa,
South Africa, three, then two,
then Morocco,
Morocco, then one.
then I think Egypt.
Egypt. So, why did you mention South Africa, Morocco, Egypt as your most developed African country?
My first thing for Egypt, right? I think they said of all African countries, Egypt is the only country that's conquered completely the issue of stable electricity. So they are the ones with stable electricity. Not only Egypt. I think about four of them. I think Morocco is also part of it. I think maybe Tunisia. Just about maybe four countries. So yeah, that's why I picked Egypt. And the reason why I picked Morocco, they have one of the most beautiful capital city, which is Casablanca, or one of their major cities, Casablanca.
Casablanca.
But then South Africa, it's a black nation, and all of that. And yeah, South Africa is South Africa. Nigerians go to South Africa every now and then.
Can you mention your top three most developed African countries in the world? Starting from three, two, then one. Let's go.
I'll start with Nigeria.
Nigeria, then two,
I'll say Egypt.
Egypt, then one.
And what's the last one? What Morocco? Yeah.
Morocco. So why do you mention Nigeria, Egypt, then Morocco?
Nigeria is, yeah, giant of Africa, as we all know. But yeah, Nigeria is a developed country to an extent. Yes, in if we are to compare it with other African countries, so it has a certain level of progress in the country, so I can see it's developed. That's why I say Nigeria has thought. Yeah, Egypt is very well developed. So the Egypt and Morocco that I mentioned, if we check the map, they are not Africans. They are a little bit closer to Europe. So they have a high kind of development in their country. They are well developed compared to the other southern part of Africa.
Morocco,
Morocco three, then two.
Nigeria,
Nigeria, then one.
South Africa.
So why do you mention Nigeria, Morocco, South Africa? Why do you mention these three countries as your most developed African countries in the world? Why do you mention them?
Okay, in terms of development, we have economic and wealth. So I think the wealthiest country should be South Africa, and then in terms of economic development, I think it should be Nigeria because Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa. Nigeria is known as the giant of Africa. But in terms of wealth, I think South Africa is doing better. And then I couldn't really think of the third country, but I think Morocco has good reputations of he has more wealth, even though it's not close to the most developed country.
Can you mention your top three most developed African countries?
Algeria.
Nigeria, then two.
Put Egypt.
Egypt, two, then one.
South Africa.
So why do you mention Algeria, Egypt, South Africa as your most developed African country? Why do you mention these three?
Because I feel like their level of technology and development generally, like everything they do there is, at least to a large extent, better than the other countries in Africa. Generally, like if you look at South Africa, for instance, like South Africa is the home of DSTV. If you know that, yeah,
Multi-choice.
yeah, multi-choice, yeah. So that and Egypt too, they have gone far in terms of tech and everything generally.
So guys, I want to know your answers in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you on the next one.